Remember, in the Masuda Ashi chart system, pink represents an uptrend and blue represents a downtrend. So if you think about it, just being able to predict whether tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body will be pink or blue is of considerable significance on its own. Now if we look at the Fuji Fire and Marine case, the chart that's showing here, you can see the continual pink phase where the Masuda Ashi real bodies have been rising in this constant uptrend. Now when we got to this point, it would be quite an impressive feat if we could actually tell that tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body color was likely to turn blue. And in this context, I mean, obviously we're looking back in time now and the chart has already turned blue, but what if you, at this point in time when the chart was still pink, if you could tell that tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body was likely to turn blue, that would help in your investment and trading decision making. Well, this is actually possible, and it's actually not that difficult. It's quite simple when we employ the predictor group of lines that we've just been discussing. Now, returning to our main topic, which was the 4D or fourth dimension Masuda Ashi real bodies, we're now going to leverage the know-how from the predictor line group and the 4D Masuda Ashi real body prediction actually repackages the knowledge from the predictor line group and makes it easier to visualize via the window into the future, which we'll be looking at very soon. Now, using the Fuji Fire and Marine chart, we're actually going to slip backwards in time in what we call the time slip function in the Masuda Ashi chart system. It's a little bit like back testing, but it allows us to actually move the chart back to a reference point of our choosing, and in this case we're going to click here to put the white basis line on the day when this buy sell navigator gave us a sell signal, and we're going to make this our reference point as if it was today, so that we wanted to be able to predict whether tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body was likely to be pink or blue. And after aligning our mouse here to get the white basis line on this date, we then hit the F3 key on the keyboard, and that resets our chart to this point in time, which is April 14th, 2010. This is the date when the sell signal was indicated by the buy sell navigator. And obviously the right hand side of the chart we can no longer see, and this will help in our analysis of using 4D Masuda Ashi real body forecasts via the window into the future, which we'll look at in a bit more detail right now. Just recapping with this stock, the coincidentally it's on this the green line here, the buy signal was indicated by the buy sell navigator. So if you'd actually bought at this point and held on, the Masuda Ashi 3-day real body line was in a strong uptrend. And the thing is, even today the value is pink, so as we know, the next day turned blue. But how could we know that the next day was going to turn blue? Wouldn't we be reasonable to assume that this strong uptrend would keep going in the upward right direction and maintain a pink uptrend? Why is the buy sell navigator telling us to sell and take profits at this point? These are probably some of the questions that you're asking yourself right now. How can we trust this software? How is it able to kind of come up with this prediction? Well, let's get straight to the answer. We do this by invoking the window into the future. Now, we've already reset our basis line to this date when the sell signal came, and the way to look one day into the future and invoke the window into the future is by pressing this right triangle here. So let's click that once, and you can see this grey area appears. Now this is the window into the future, and as you know, when we look at the Masuda Ashi chart, we have 3 lines that we read simultaneously. The 3-day, well, this is the daily chart, so this is the 3-day Masuda Ashi real body line, the 25-day medium term, and the 75-day long term real body Masuda Ashi lines. And you can see that there are 7 forecast real body Masuda Ashi values going out here. In the context of the daily chart, there are 7 predicted values. In the context of the weekly chart, there are only 3 weeks. And you might think, well, 3 is not a big number, but when you're talking about weekly charts, 3 weeks is quite a long time. It's almost 1 month into the future. But the point here again to remember is that although we have values going out for 7 days, the most important value to primarily focus on is the predicted color of tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body. Now, some people might think, well, look, it's going to turn pink in another 4 days' time. Why don't we hold on? Now, you have to remember that whatever happens tomorrow is going to affect the next day and the next day and the next day. So the further we go out in time, the less reliable this probability is. But we can be about 80% reassured that tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body color prediction is accurate. This is based on the statistical analysis we've done for the 1,700 or so stocks listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange first section. In general, the predicted color of tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body is accurate to a degree of 80%. So now back to the answer to the question, how can the buy-sell navigator be so sure that to issue a sell signal here? Well, as the window into the future shows, tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body is expected to be blue. So that's the first and most easy to see signal that now would be a good time to sell and take profits. Again, the key is to focus on tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body color. The further you go out, the less reliable it is. So just knowing what tomorrow's Masuda Ashi real body color is likely to be is of considerable significance, particularly in a case like this where you know that you've come to a likely top or a peak. Anyway, that is all for our second lesson today on the 4D Masuda Ashi real bodies, and also a brief introduction to the window into the future and the predictor group of 4 lines upon which the 4D Masuda Ashi prediction is based. And we'll also touch on a lot of the other things that we mentioned regarding Masuda Ashi functions and features in separate lessons down the track. And for now, thank you very much for listening and watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in lesson 3. Bye.